Hi, my name is Liz Purdy, and I'm going to present an educational PowerPoint related to the mental health of men in Benton County, Oregon, specifically related to suicide in middle-aged men of between 30 and 40 years of age. Suicide rates have been steadily rising, and alarmingly, over 45,000 Americans died by suicide in 2020. It is the 12th leading cause of death, and approximately 10% of adult Americans have thought about suicide, with 54% of Americans having been affected by suicide in some capacity. In relation to men, roughly 1 out of 10 acknowledge or seek help for depression or suicidal thoughts, while 75% of suicide-related deaths are from men. Being male has been noted to be the single greatest risk factor for suicide, with men being 1.8 times more likely globally to take their own life and 3 times more likely in the U.S. to take their own life than women. In the U.S., Oregon ranks 15th for suicide rates related to men, with Benton County showing suicide rates for men between 25 to 44 years of age of 20.1 deaths per 100,000. 90% of those who have died by suicide have had a diagnosable mental health condition prior to death. In 2021, the highest adjusted suicide rate per 100,000 was among white males, coming with a number of 26.4 per 100,000, followed by American Indian males of 25 per 100,000, and Black males at 14.1 per 100,000. Adults between the age of 25 and 44 made up 26.8% of the 2021 population and 34.7% of suicides. So that's fairly alarming. There is a stigma surrounding men and suicide, which can lead to them not seeking help. First, we should define what that is in relation to suicide. So mental health stigma is negative attitudes and disapproval toward a person who is experiencing mental health illness, related to the misconception that these individuals are weak in character. Self-stigma is when a person with a mental health illness feels shame about their symptoms. Stigmas can lead men, both mental health stigma and self-stigma, can lead a man to feel shame and embarrassment by feeling weak, broken, and not strong enough. So much so that care and treatment are not often sought. Toxic masculinity also contributes to the stigma that men face with mental health and self-stigma. And this stems from the term boys will be boys. It creates the idea that men must remain stoic, strong, and unwavering, which can lead to worsening depression, anxiety, substance abuse, psychological disorders, and discouragement from seeking help. Underreporting occurs quite often in males, middle-aged males, and this can be from lack of awareness related to male mental health and suicide due to the stigmas and toxic masculinity, societal expectations, and traditional gender roles, again with the toxic masculinity, make seeking care much less likely. Men tend to adapt unhealthy coping mechanisms by not embracing healthy coping resources and may turn to alcohol or drugs to cover up their depression and suicidal thoughts. So it's not reported, and if it is reported, it's reported as drug use. And then also there's clinical bias and misdiagnosis. Men do not always express the typical symptoms that you would think are associated with depression. There's often red flags, we say, with anyone experiencing mental health. They're not always obvious with any person, but especially in men. Indications and symptoms can differ from person to person, female to male, male to male. Some individuals are upfront about their plans and others are not. And sometimes when people are upfront about their plans, it may be dismissed as a joke, or they're just going through something, or the person might make a joke about it or take it back. Warning signs that can be an indication for suicide include statements like, I wish I were dead, avoiding social interactions, especially if they were more social prior, purchasing a rifle or medications and drugs, mood fluctuations, shifting of their regular routines, and then leaving situations as though they're never going to see the person again. So how do depression signs differ in men? Depression symptoms in men, again, can look different than they are in women. There can be inappropriate anger, frustration and irritability, feeling of hopelessness or emptiness, not always verbalized, a lack of interest in things that they once took interest in, self-medicating, again, with drugs or alcohol, escapist behaviors, leaving interactions, controlling violent or abusive behavior as well. There are triggers. And for men, the most common triggers, from the outside, a male may seem like he has it all together and has no reason to be experiencing depression or suicidal thoughts. By understanding the common triggers, we can help in understanding why he may be feeling the way he does, and offer family and friends things to look for regarding a male in their life. The triggers can include loneliness, discomfort, death or conflict with a family member, one that they're very close with, drugs and or alcohol use. Again, that's a common theme. Feeling just overwhelmed, a lot of pressure, and like they can't handle it all. They can't take it all on. Hopelessness, illness, medical diagnosis, anxiety. There are terminal illnesses that a male may be diagnosed with that instead he becomes depressed and takes his own life. Just stressors, work, family, outside stressors, internal stressors can be a trigger, and then loss of social support. There are questions that a male can ask himself if he might be feeling depressed. Those include, am I holding on to something from the past that I can't let go of? Who can I ask to help me get through this time? Am I avoiding something or someone? Am I giving myself enough time for fun and relaxation? We often work, and do things, check off the to-do list, get things done. We don't often take a lot of time for ourselves, and especially men with the toxic masculinity or societal views on the male role. He can ask, what am I grateful for? And what resources are available? Resources that are available to a man include Lifeline, chat and text. This offers 24-hour chat options for a man. He doesn't have to make a phone call. He can text right from his phone. Man Therapy offers assistance for men around the world and can assist with a male finding resources. Peer Galaxy, Oregon's peer support directory, offers online resources for peer groups. Takes away from that, it's only me, loneliness, lack of support if he feels inclined to go to a peer group. Oregon Health and Authority offers crisis numbers for each county. NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Health Illness, allows texting to the number 741-741 for crisis support. Again, no phone calls are made. Text support, which is a great option. The AFSP in Oregon provides free resources. Crisis helplines on SafeStrongOregon.org offers multiple crisis helplines, including text options, and are available via chat, text, or phone if he would prefer to call. 988 is the National Suicide Crisis Line, and it offers text and call options as well. And any emergency room can assist in offering a safe space or getting mail to the facility that he needs to be at or the help that he needs, and finding resources. And the next two slides provide references for the information that has been provided. Thank you.